Hello, and welcome to somehow even more. Oh, I'm sorry.
We got too professional.
Oh, too guys, man, we flew a little too close to the sun. That's tough. We're gonna leave that in. I don't know how to edit anything, so we're gonna leave that in. Welcome back to a podcast that doesn't exist. I'm not sure if you can tell why or not. Happy to have everybody back in. Back into the fold. I wanted to bring on one of the handsomest people I know. Truly, just one of the best pitching minds I know. One of the most calm, rational baseball fans I know. To help talk us through what's going on with the Toronto Blue Jays pitching staff. So, Avery Chenier, how you doing?
CB, thank you for having me. It's an honor. I'm a longtime listener. As long as you could have possibly listened, I've been listening to this show for that long. So happy to finally join a esteemed list of guests, all of which I like a lot. So
Some of the finest friends of mine haven't been on here.
yeah, and I'm
not
glad
everybody
to.
yet.
No. What's Johnny's episode?
God, I mean, maybe Bo Bichette, free agent rumors. I think Johnny and I can put up a united front on that one. Hitting, I like to think of you guys as two sides of the brain, right?
Yeah.
It's the left side, right side. Love Johnny, man. Would love to have Johnny on. The totally off topic, but more people in my life have been made aware over the last few months that like I know you and that I know Johnny.
Yeah.
And the number one question every single time, is Johnny always like that? And he is. I got to tell you, he is.
There's not a front. He's insane like that. It's 105% of the time he's the exact same way.
He would have been. Sorry, go ahead.
I think we put ourselves out the exact same way as we are. I mean, I can't turn it on to make it more energy. I need to be able to do, and I don't. But he can't turn it down. Yeah.
Sometimes honestly, like that's the thing, is like sometimes it is turned down. He's like trying to bring him back down to earth. Love Johnny.
Do they know you?
He would be the best sports radio host in the 1990s of all time.
Oh, dude, him and the Bobcat going toe to toe would be incredible.
God. Mad Dog and Johnny. God.
Do they know that you're CB yet when we talk about you on the pod? Like, are they that locked in?
I would have to assume they've made the connection. You threw on the full Govey the last time, and I have to be honest here too. I stole that idea from the Abbotsford Cardinals junior premier manager, and he texted our pitching coach and got mad. So really? I did. I showed him the text. I told you. I told you up front. You gave me credit, which I appreciated, but I did steal the idea and take credit for it until I was confronted. Which is
you cannot. No one's making up new ideas anymore. Like, you gotta. Everything's had to take at some point, so you gotta like make sure that you're crediting people when you can, because you never want to get on that like you're stealing stuff.
And I always know people say things to me, like especially in the group chat or whatever, and I never remember who said it. I was looking for the projected rotation to talk about pitching here today, and I was like, I saw it last night. I know what the words are. I know how to find this tweet, but I just can't find it. So whoever tweeted the projected rotation, I think it was Mitch Bannon. I believe someone found it for me. Thank you. I appreciate it. Mitch Bannon, actually, by the way, doing good work at The Athletic. I was a little surprised.
Are you're reading?
Oh yeah. I'm locked in.
How much a month are you paying for the? They try to get that off for $1 a year, and I can't even take the time out of my day to pay $1 a year to read an Athletic article.
Well, number one, I gave my dad the login, so I'm tied down completely. I have been for a very long time paying $12 a year. Because I threatened to cancel, and then they bring me back. I'm actually I'm a very OG Athletic subscriber. I like James Fegan and Sahadev Sharma out of Chicago. They do good work with the Cubs and the White Sox. So my Athletic subscription predates the Athletic Toronto, which if you so I'm an OG Athletic guy.
What were you doing Cubs White Sox to make you want to read that?
We're in a fantasy baseball league together, so
There you go.
they're good guys. I like
Pals.
them.
Yeah. All right. I can be fine with it. That's for sure. I
And
end up like this legally. This can't be allowed. I illegally read the Athletic articles every time.
if you happened to be on archive.is and an athletic article appeared there, man, I gotta tell you, soccer transfer rumors. I'm dialed in on soccer transfer rumors right now, and they're all paywalled. Anything is, and it's like the thing that's paywalled is like they had a nap on the flight home, and it's just like you're driving me crazy. But yeah, there are 20-foot ladders over 18-foot fences for sure.
The one I haven't tried to beat yet is Baseball America. Someone on Twitter usually tweets out what I need to know from a Baseball America article. So I'm just like, I don't need this.
I can confirm that one works.
Yes.
Yeah,
Nice.
you don't get the hypothetically. Sorry, that and baseball
Allegedly
they actually do really good work. You can't drop down the player profiles if it's like a list or something, but you get the list.
Okay.
Yeah.
I definitely won't be doing that.
No, me either. And also don't text and drive. We've moved past that. Don't do it.
That's a great thing to say. I'm also the worst in the country for that.
It is hypothetically
second
again,
worst.
a very expensive ticket.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's too much non-therapy. Well, maybe a different kind of therapy, really. We do need and we really have to. We got to talk about our Toronto Blue Jays pitching. You know, I know that you know pitching. You know that I know some stuff about pitching. We gotta just lay all our cards on the table here, and figure out what we believe and why we believe it. So please, Avery, talk me off the ledge a little bit.
Oh, I'm not sure if I'm ready to do that totally. It's like I'm concerned enough where
I think everybody's concerned.
And there's reason to be. I think total reason to be concerned. Right. And it sucks that I think a lot of it comes down to, at the end of the day, the easy way out for me to say it is there's some like mentality things going on for guys who haven't done it very long in the league. Right.
Yes.
And like you get these guys who put together awesome month and a half, really good months and a half. And then you're like, okay, this is who the guy is. Then you get the stinker months. Then you add it up to the end of the year, and then you can kind of take the full plate and then really dive into that. When you look at relievers over a month and a half, you're going to see some skewed stuff either way, pretty much. So I'm pretty good. Like starting pitching, I'm not worried about.
Great.
Pretty much at all. And that's what helps. I'm not worried about them at all because I pretty much know what I'm going to get from every single guy. So I can't be surprised.
Right.
Everything else, like at the back end, is where I can be surprised. And I don't like feeling surprised with guys in the back end. And that's the only difference to me, I think. Yeah, sucks that I could just say it's YJ says it best, man. He's like, they're just being big losers out there. And they're just not going after guys. And walking people out of the pen is infuriating as a coach. I did it all the time as a player. So I know what it feels like.
We're just trying to get settled in.
Yeah. Fuck, I get out there. I try to throw it over and it just doesn't go there. I don't know what's happening.
I'm as confused as you guys.
The walk rate stuff from the pen has been the biggest issue. And that's where kind of I'm landing right now.
Yeah, so we're gonna play some quick games here. We're gonna go through some concern index on our starting pitchers. We'll play a little trust tree, yes, no, or maybe on the relievers, and then if we have time, maybe a little that's ball or is this a real problem? So I think we're recording this Thursday night here. I'm gonna try and do this in starting order. So tomorrow night, pitching for your Toronto Blue Jays, 2020 American League Cy Young winner Shane Bieber. Avery, what's your concern index?
Oh, 5 out of 5 concern because this is a personal concern level because I'm going to treat tomorrow like it's the most important start of my whole entire life. Like
Must win.
whatever happens tomorrow, I'm gonna overreact to, and it's gonna be the wrong way to do it. Shane Bieber coming back, and I hate when you say the same thing. The one-off games, stuff plus, command plus. Yeah, I know. I watched the game. He pitched his dick off and threw strikes the whole time. I know his command was good. I don't need the number to help that. He was so good against the Marlins. And then you get a team that's like the Spider-Man meme, them and the Blue Jays, kind of the offense. We're not gonna
It's a real
hit the home
dirtbag
runs.
off.
Yeah. So dude, I'm 0 of 5 concern on arm health. And I think that's where I want to be with Shane. Like coming back and seeing obviously the velo's up from where it was. Obviously, it was 2 starts last year, but 92.7 average on the fastball. Good for Shane Bieber. We get a new gimmick pitch in the kick change. That's great. Love that. So 0-5. I'm pretty 0 on the concern level. But tomorrow, if it goes well, I'm ready to make him my game 1
5 out of
guy.
5 nerves. Is that's sort of where we're at?
That's where I'm ready. To go all in based on what happens tomorrow.
Yeah, and famously for the people, just so everybody knows, and Avery's drinking what looks like a delicious ice cold Miller Lite. I have personally given up beer while Shane Bieber pitches for the Blue Jays. I've made that offering to the baseball gods. I have given it up. I'm turning down beers at functions. I'm drinking a margarita tonight. So we really need this to go well, and then maybe not end up in a long-term extension because there's some real personal problems that are occurring. Man, I am 0 out of 5 concerned about Shane Bieber pitching well. I think I'm 100% in on Shane Bieber on the mound every 5th day, no problem for me. He's my game 1 guy, and we're totally overreacting to 1 start, but 1 start's all we got. That's all we have. So who am I to say that we should wait? I'm here talking to you when we've got 1 start. We're going to judge 1 start, and it was awesome. It was so much fun to watch. So I'm 0 out of 5 concerned about Shane Bieber.
I'm so happy that that's a Ross masterclass as of him bringing in that guy to do this as of right now. Like to have this feeling. We didn't think we'd get that with any of the other guys. Like imagine you had Mitch Keller, man.
Absolutely. And like I know everybody thought they needed starting pitching, but they did have a full rotation even at the time, and that's how we got into this dumbass 6-man rotation, and that's how we ended up in a little bit of the problem. It's a bit of a problem around creation, but to get a guy like Shane Bieber, that's just so much better than what we were looking at for a playoff rotation before Ross the boss stood on his money.
Does it
all right,
big, man.
Let's move into yet another Ross masterclass. Saturday, Milwaukee Brewers, Kevin Gausman on the hill. How are you feeling about KG?
I'm feeling like it's pretty vintage my thoughts about Kevin Gausman because I'm not that concerned with him. We're getting the same, like if they're hitting the fastballs in the zone, that's fine. That happens with him. And then the splitter's out of the zone. We're finally getting like the big drop in the splitter. It's looking like I don't know if we're going to get the same swing and miss as we got like 2023 when he was incredible, but I think he's got some of the better stuff we've seen in a while for Kev. So back in the zone, as long as the splitter's working, he's going to be able to get the lefties out. And we have some concern with everyone else in the rotation getting some left-handers out. So I'm pretty okay with Kevin Gausman in my thoughts right now.
Yeah, I think I'm in the exact same boat. Kevin Gausman's a guy who gives you a lot of length too, compared to some of the other pitchers in this staff. I put 2 out of 5. That's just like there are those starts where stuff doesn't break, or famously, everybody kind of thinks he's tipping like once every 2 months, and kind of just turned out he was shit, and nobody else can figure it out. But 2 out of 5 for me, and when he comes out and is on in that first inning, like 0.5 concerned. I think those 2 guys at the top of your rotation, like they don't stack up with everybody, but they give you a chance to win games no matter what.
And I'm looking at some of these lefty numbers, and if they face off against I only ever like think about the Yankees for some reason. I can't put it in my head that they're going to play anyone else. You stack all those lefties against him. He's great against left-handers this year, like a 180 average against lefties. Like he's been doing it big. So when you have the Max Scherzer concerns against lefties, you have the Bassett concerns against lefties. Goslin's become a pretty important guy to get a bunch of those left-handers out, man.
Yeah, good year to be a lefty facing Toronto Blue Jays pitching.
Oh my God, you're munching on some slop over the plate right now.
Oh, it's wild. Okay, all right, 3-game set, and kind of what I'm feeling like the playoff rotation is going to be too. Sunday, Milwaukee Brewers, Max Scherzer, Mad Max Scherzer. How are you feeling about this?
Full concern over him getting people out, but no concern with his like this mentality. He's like, I wish the bullpen guys with good stuff would obviously take some stuff from Max, but his stuff isn't doing much right now. It's I tried to do a 5-start graphic the other day, and it was 32 innings, 21 strikeouts in those 32 innings. It's like, okay, I'm a strikeout guy. If you strike people out, I got no concerns with you. And Max doing it right now. I mean, it's overall 23.2% strikeout rate, but last couple of weeks, it feels like we are getting bailed out on every fly ball that goes to the wall. It just stops right before it for Max right now.
It's beautiful.
It's been so good. But then you give up the biggest home runs that you've ever seen. Like the ground ball rate is just totally beyond his career numbers too. Like super, super low. 1 in every 4 batted balls are a ground ball, and that's not good. You like 25% of that you don't really want. You get them back to some career numbers like 33%, 34%. We're laughing with Max, but yeah, he's doing the Blue Jays thing that they've been killed with the last 2 years, like over 10 home run to fly ball rate, and he's 12.5. It feels like every single pitcher on the team's running a 10% home run to fly ball ratio. And
yeah, and he's the kind of guy too. Like they're gonna want to run out the Varsho, Lucas, Straw kind of outfield, right? You know, this is definitely like a George Springer DH game. It's definitely Vladdy at first, just because we're gonna want to kind of try to run down as many of those fly balls as possible. We talk about Gausman as like a 2-pitch guy. Right now, Max is like he's like a 1-pitch guy. It's really like it's like fastball, and then we're going to try and get some calls, or we're going to try and mix people up a little bit, but just not getting a lot of whiffs with any of the off speed stuff.
No, I think the slider numbers are on paper better than what I've seen with my eyes, which is always a different thing. Like it's a 30% whiff rate on the slider, and just not really throwing it to lefties though. Like he's dealing with the righties, and then he doesn't really have anything to the lefties. Like the off speed pitch to lefties right now is the changeup, and it's not getting a ton of whiffs. But like the next XBA on that's not bad. You also look at his average exit velo and hard hit percentage. Those numbers are great right now. And yeah, my eyes and the numbers don't seem to be lining up for like the last couple of ones, even when he kind of pitches great.
Yeah, I think I'm less concerned than you are, just because I think some of that stuff is going to come back. You know, we're still talking about a guy who didn't pitch a ton of this year. I think the thumb stuff is behind him. The back stuff might never be behind him. But there's still an opportunity to kind of get some of that sharpness back on like one more off-speed pitch. And he's a guy who's obviously a bulldog out there. He's going to give you a ton of length. He's going to try and keep people off balance. I think when you're talking about a third starter, and we're talking about, a guy who still clearly has, even if we don't see it all the time, still clearly has that kind of next level in him at times. I think you could do a lot worse at third starter.
I think he's definitely my 3 for this, and he's the team's 3. If they line them up kind of this way for this, well, more importantly, the Yankees next weekend, it's kind of showing how they'd go into a playoff series most likely. And I do totally agree. Like maybe it's concern based on like a future problem, not the current problems we're seeing right now because, yeah, I mean, the fastball's been good. It's just, how are we? Let's get some more. Would love to see some more swing and miss that he's done for forever. So I know he's got it in him. We'll be sharp and maybe like a we see a vintage Mad Max outing. I mean, I'm laughing and it's the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, right now we're surviving, but we could be thriving. There's no question about that. We should probably stop recording there. That'd be good. That's a good place to leave it, I think. But unfortunately, we have to get into the rest of the pitchers who I have significantly less comfort with. Chris Bassett Monday at Cincinnati. I would bet the over.
Yeah, man, just lefties are torching him right now. It's the big problem, and I don't know what the pitch necessarily is. I'll look that up right now for Bassett, but he's just like, even the start, we went and saw the Twins game, and right away runners on first and third. Oh, here we go again. It's not doing anything. But there's goddamn 10 pitches he's thrown out here, man. Giving up some hard. He limits hard contact, but it seems like when he does give it up, he gives it up in a big way.
The hard contact that he is giving up isn't really getting caught on the track. This is 15, 20 rows deep kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's just like the sinker hasn't been very good at all, and he's thrown it both ways, and the numbers against it aren't very good. Like you're an X slug of 483 on his sinker right now. So, yeah, I think it just starts with the fastball. It's the only pitch he throws 100 of them, but that's the one he throws the most, and that's the one that's not returning the best numbers. So I'd almost feel like, the splitter's doing nothing for him as well. Like a 519 batting average on his splitter.
No,
that's no good. Whiffs, like the sweeper is the whiff pitch that I love for him against righties. I mean, that's the insanely kind of like the curveball, super slow one, but you can't throw that often in the big leagues because that gets massacred if you see it out of the hand. It's batting practice too. So
yeah, he's battling for us. Like, he's grinding through games, he's grinding through at bats, he's grinding through innings, and he's doing everything he can to get to 200 innings again. Playoff series, when we're not talking about length being as valuable, if we're going to try and go to the pen kind of early, very concerned, very, very concerned.
Yeah, it's just,
but like an awesome guy to have in the rotation for the regular season, which I think is like, it's sort of tough to split the mindset on those two different things. Like, if for a guy that they need to hand the ball to every fifth day, he's going to not tax the bullpen as much, especially when they're in the 7-man bullpen right now. That's a guy who's kind of holding up his end of the bargain enough.
You got to get through 162 before you get to the playoffs.
Yeah.
And that's where it rests. I mean, 20 million, Charlie Morton got 15 this year. So it's tough to kind of, I wouldn't chirp a 20 million too, but that is the difference between having high end guys and what the Jays have kind of done the last couple of years is everyone's going to be super, super durable. And we're going to make our starts, and we're going to beat the shit out of your 4 and 5 guys, because our 4 and 5 guys are these vets who have done it forever and are way better than your 4 and 5. So, yeah, it is tough when you look at, I don't know why this is the name that always comes to mind, but like, it's an awful name and an awful comparison I'm about to do here, but it's like, I always think of Taj Bradley, like pitching in a playoff game.
Ooh.
So it's a guy who's going to give you the ups and downs of, this was when Taj Bradley was good. I don't know why this is the name that came to mind, but like when the stuff was pretty good for Taj Bradley, and you'd be like, okay, he can kind of beat another team where his stuff's that good, but you put him over the full season, he's going to kind of blow up. But then you do Bassett, and you're going to kind of get straight line whole season, not crazy ups and crazy downs, but the one game you don't know how it's going to go. So
you get that Brian Wu streak, right, of that kind of metronomic consistency.
Yeah,
20 million, I think that's been a great deal for the Blue Jays. Obviously the returns weren't there results wise for the team last year, but he's done everything they've needed him to every single time they've asked him to do something.
And great teammate in that part was like, yeah, you want that guy helps you win.
You want that guy on the wall.
Yeah, exactly. It's yeah, you want him around. So
Mm-hmm.
sucks that it might kind of go out this way and people won't remember how good he kind of was for them. But I tip my cap. He has pitched his dick off. He's making his starts, doing his thing.
A Blue Jay I personally will remember very fondly for a lot of different reasons, but you know, a guy who certainly embraced the city and embraced things like Gate 14, and embraced the challenge in certain ways, and then maybe it's, you know,
what does he have to do to make a playoff
team at the end? What? Oh, like, man,
because that's where I'm at. Is it's kind of out of the question as of it's him and Barrios are kind of out of the question.
It's 2 injuries. It's Max and Lauer going down for me.
Yeah.
Or any 2 of those 4. Like I have him kind of 5th in the pecking order right now.
Okay. Yeah.
Unless they love like the idea of like a 4-man rotation. I think the AL has the extra off day this year based on how the wildcard series lay out. So I believe the idea of a 4-man rotation in the playoffs is probably off the table. Somebody can fact check me. BK will text me if that's wrong.
Oh, he will.
I think that's correct, and that leaves the rotation just in a way better position to kind of go with just 3 guys.
Yep.
All right, that guy you mentioned, Jose Barrios. How are we feeling?
Fuck, I don't want to be different than. Like I want to be different than other people, but I'm full on. Like, yeah, it's toast for him this year, man. Nothing really looks good. Nothing at all. Besides, like I would love like it feels impossible to do in the middle of the season, but like a velo jump we get after this break, and somehow everything looks a little better, but the returns on everything so far just kind of shocking. He's a under 4 ERA guy right now.
Yeah, yes.
Like, wouldn't you think it feels like it's kind of it was like Bassett last year when he got to like a 4 or 5 ERA. It's like that's how I feel like he's pitching. It's kind
of unfair, you know. I talk about this all the time of like you can't really judge Jose Barrios in the micro. You know, you see the inning that's going badly, and it seems like the worst pitcher of all time. You know, this is like a DFA candidate right away, and then you kind of like look up from your phone 4 innings later, and he's through 5 with 3 earned runs or something like that. So that's kind of where we end up on that ERA number, and kind of how we get to a little more of a macro view of Jose Barrios' season going well. But like in terms of comfort level, in like a playoff game, I would have zero comfort with it. We're talking about pulling out every stop before that happens. Like, can Trey do it? Is Trey available?
I would throw Trey before Jose Barrios.
Me too.
Like a short.
Just the upside of Trey. You know, I think you have maybe not as much downside, but plenty of downside risk on both those guys, and just the upside of Trey, who I don't think will pitch in the playoffs, so we're not going to talk about him.
Yes. The Barrios number, man, you just even look at these splits, they're interesting too. Like, I think it's got to be a walk rate issue to lefties. Yeah, he's an 11% walk rate to lefties right now, because you're seeing the average is fine, kind of on par with what he is to righties, 249, 251. Slug is only 362 against lefties. Like, I thought he would have a lefty problem. OBP's 333 compared to 295 though. And there it lies. He's just walking a bunch of the lefties, and you can't do that. Like he's a 1.5 whip against lefties, 106 to righties. So like
it's very anecdotal, but I feel like the slurve command has kind of vanished on him, and he's down like a tick and a half on the fastball too. It's a really bad combination.
Yeah, he's 93.4 last year on a sinker, 92.1 this year.
Yeah, so
he's a sub 10 whiff rate on his sinker, which I believe would be the worst whiff rate on any pitch he's ever thrown in his career.
I believe it.
and that's the sinker this year that he throws the most.
Yeah. And he's a guy who kind of walks the line in the best of times. He's certainly a guy who's given up plenty of hard contact, and it just feels like, especially as we've gotten into the back half of this season, we're just on the wrong side of that line a little too often.
I got a nice little. This one's always fun. It doesn't matter at all, but the baseball savant pitcher's similar to Jose Barrios. It's based on velocity and movement, is 2021 Alek Manoah and 2024 Alek Manoah.
Man, also no Alek Manoah talk in this episode. That ship seems to have sailed. Yeah, although he's in Miami, am I right in this? He flew from Buffalo to Miami to throw a pen with the Jays and then back to Buffalo.
He's going home, man. He's a Florida boy. Don't do him like that. Yeah, home cooking. That's
yeah. Usually people don't go home mid-season, but if that's what we're going with, that's fine.
The big thing was he was planning a wedding last year, right? That was like,
yes, he's had congratulations to Marilena.
Yeah,
there must have been a lot of food tastings.
I thought he looks okay.
He looks good this year. He looks fine this year. Last year you had to it was like 4-3 aspect ratio on your TV, which is fine.
I have to talk about one hitting thing. Unfortunately, you're gonna hate this. 17 years old, East Cobb, Atlanta, us again, Ontario Blue Jays against Atlanta Blue Jays. Alek Manoah triple. They win 1-0. I think we tied 0-0. Actually, I forget what it was, but he hit a triple against us, and I will always remember that.
You guys playing a 5-man infield?
No, it was right off the wall. He had no problems.
Legged it out.
Yeah. Yes.
Dalton Varsho was throwing it back in. Sorry.
His arm has looked better since the second run back. Like,
yes, I agree.
Every day we get further from surgery, it's going better. But they can kind of run on everyone who's not Barger out there. I guess Lucas too.
Lucas has been okay. I mean, like you can kind of run on anybody. Like you run a Heineman, you can run on Kirk too. You can run on Ernie. Yeah. Ernie gets the ball there, not with a lot of zip, but it's quick in and out.
They have lost any ability to hold a runner. They'll be back in. Pete won't let that happen too long. Like they were exposed kind of.
We're going, and it was so frustrating. And I texted you about this, but we're just going to loop everybody else in here. So Marlins get a guy on, tying run on base, immediate pinch run, and then we go high leg kick first pitch. He was safe by like 2 steps. What are we doing? We're just not even not that I think Kirk was going to throw, or Heineman. I forget who's behind the plate. Like I don't think either guy was going to throw out Derek Hill. I think was the runner. But then Sanoja's on base in extras and just immediately swipes it. They've been run on all week. It feels like all month. It's just becoming it's becoming a real personal issue for me.
Yes.
And I'm not sure who to take it out on yet. But I will be taking it out on someone. There will be a tweet at some point in a playoff game, probably on the pitcher. Probably to me, that's a pitcher's responsibility. You got to give your catcher a chance.
It's usually on the pitcher pretty much every time. And I haven't looked where Hoffman might just be modified high leg all the time, it seems like, with runners on, but it's not slide. It's not knee to knee very often with Hoffman. And it feels like it always happens after he has made a mistake where
he's trying to throw an angry fastball to get back ahead of the next guy,
and they're off as soon as he's gone.
Well, he's not really mixing his timing up either, and a lot of them aren't. I think Wyrod is kind of my least favorite for this too, because he'll not mix his timing, and then he'll mix up the leg kick, and it's just like, not only were you already slow, but now you're slower. It's a personal problem. I might be breaking the AccuSplit split out for playoff games. If you're sitting on the couch next to me, just know I'm going to need my stopwatch finger ready.
If it's not
1-4 to 1-6. It's like genuinely, I feel like some of those Hoffman ones are like 1-5-5, 1-6 to the plate, and you just have no chance.
Yes, I mean you're not left-handed. You can't do 1-5.
No.
You're not gonna get
Or
good
we or
runners
we
out.
or we got to figure out the balk move. Like we got to figure out some other problem.
Man, they don't call box at all anymore. They don't care if you roll through every time, and that's one that I would always get pissed off if I was coaching third. If you're just rolling through, it's like, how are we ever supposed to steal a base here if they just rock through every? And the umps don't care about the balk anymore.
No,
They just
and
let that happen.
so now, and I'm the exact same way. This is like I'm trying to buy bases, right? For my this is first base coach life. We're trying to buy bases here, especially if we need them. So I'm yelling over at the base ump, who's like now 150 feet away from me. We got to pause. We got to pause. And then the opposing dugout's right behind you. They're like, "Your guys not pausing either." I'm like, "Just call them all, please. Just call them
Yes.
all."
My
High
my
school
least favorite
baseball.
one is you tell the ump, it's like, okay, we got to do something here. And then the catcher comes out. He's like, okay, you got to hold. And then he finally does it twice. And then the ump forgets. And then he goes right back to
Right
what he
back
was
to it.
doing.
Start right
Yeah.
back bouncing through. It's crazy.
Mhm.
We're not asking for a lot, umpires of Canada, and you do a very hard job. We're not
You know,
asking for a lot, and I'm sorry, but we need that one.
we'll
All
get
right,
it. We'll get it at some point.
we're gonna get it when we don't need it. Is the problem? We always
Yeah.
get that call when we don't need it.
Have you looked at any? Do you look at third time through the order stats, or do you just assume that everyone sucks at it, so it doesn't
I
matter?
sort of kind of mentally apply the penalty. I don't know if anybody's particularly worse or better. But I think this is kind of like modern baseball, right? Where as soon as you start to see that 7, 8, 9 coming up next inning, you assume the pen's going.
Yeah, I'm in the same. I was just landed on Jose Barrios 7 ERA through the third time.
He got to the third time.
He
Does. He
only
pitches. He pitches a lot. Honestly, what's the inning total at? I'm
35. Oh, sorry, he's 35
35 third
third
time
time.
through.
Yeah, he's up
That's
to like he's 152.
and honestly, it's not a bad season at all. It just really, really sucks to watch.
Yeah, like the numbers were. If we don't consciously think of coming back to how we think right now about Brios' season, we'll say, oh, it's not bad. You do a little deep dive, you're concerned, but you see 3.9 ERA. It's like, oh, for Barrios, a guy who's gonna
If you're looking at it on the out of town scoreboard, like, oh, Brios going to give Toronto a chance tonight.
Yep, and it's a name too, right?
It is.
That's the
Opening day,
opposing,
right? Not this year, but last year.
Yep. No,
Yeah,
this year.
this year too. Wow,
Yeah,
man.
I was there for that. That was a fucking disaster.
Uh so then we go to our sort of in between guy here before we get into the bullpen, Eric Lauer, the Lauer hour. My personal favorite pitcher in just like I love watching him pitch. Like he's a real pitcher. Bassett's a real pitcher. Some of these guys are kind of stuff guys. Bieber's a real pitcher. But like, oh god, man, Lauer's like Picasso out there. It's just brush strokes on the black. I love watching him pitch. I will admit having a little bit of concern, not only because of the game the other day, but a little bit because the game the other day, which sort of elucidates what my concerns are, which is that like, man, it's going to be really tough to bounce him back and forth again here. Where if he's got settled into a starting routine, now we're going to put him back in the bullpen after we threw him one start in 11 days. That I feel like pitchers are just creatures of habit. That the ability to bounce back into that relief role, even if it's like a pre-planned long relief role, is going to be a little tough.
Yeah, the Blue Jays will have ruined Eric Lauer's year this year. I think not Eric Lauer, and they'll be fine to take that. I think obviously they're not going to be too concerned, but for the output and like for the rest of the season, yeah, pretty concerned. The batted ball numbers aren't great off Lauer either. He was kind of getting away with some murder too, not a ton of chase, but it's really is surprising because he's a 28% ground ball guy, and like how is it not getting crushed?
How is this going as well as it has been? And I think that's sort of been the story of his season. But he's done it to a level and a consistent enough level that you kind of have to just trust what you're seeing, which is, a guy who we sat there in Seattle and watched him, and he's kind of up a tick or two. Like he's like 92 on the fastball instead of in kind of that 89, 90 range. So he's got like more stuff, I think, than people think, especially if you just like hear about a guy like that. But just goes out there and hits spots, executes the game plan. I'm going to pre-warn everybody and my more casual baseball friends. I've sort of been just preparing everybody for the Blue Jays are going to do the Jose Barrios, Yusei Kikuchi thing again with Eric Lauer. Just get your mind wrapped around it right now, because as soon as Max Scherzer needs to come out, Eric Lauer is going to come in, and it's going to be a lot earlier than you think.
And that's why I'm thinking it's Yankees. That's why it's the only thing in my head. It's like you stack lefties on Scherzer, you get horny to get all these guys in the game and hit Scherzer, and okay, we're just gonna do something else here. We're gonna move. The Kikuchi Barrios thing gets so overblown as to it being bad.
I can't remember, and I was thinking about this when you guys were talking about this on the podcast the other day, and we're so behind schedule here. I can't remember something that public perception, or at least like the smarter fan public perception, has flipped on as much as that, because I think in the moment, I can't remember a single person. Well, I can remember one person saying they thought this was a smart move.
He always supports an early hook. That guy.
He does. And since then, I think everybody kind of got the rationale into their head and is sort of understanding it more and more and more. And I think obviously other teams have kind of done it too. I can't remember a move, like a managerial move like that's been as well painted by history. I don't know the right word, but like history is looking back really fondly at what Schneider did there.
I wish I asked him about it. Like I would like to ask him off the record about it. Like, because I want to know, but I don't want it to be on him to try and
defend
spin it for people, right? Like, I mean, you're gonna have 20,000 people listen to you talk about it. I'm sure you'd talk about it differently than if you talked to me about it over a couple of beers. So I'd like to know if because it definitely wasn't his thought.
It was. He wasn't the first one to come up with the idea.
No chance. No, and it didn't. Yeah, it sucks that was the whole thing about that day, because they couldn't hit worth a shit.
They I had this same conversation too with a more casual friend of mine. Like the Seattle game, way worse in my opinion than the Twins series and the kind of Twins game too. Just because of where they were. And I sent you the text, which went unresponded to, which I understood. But like, man, remember when Teoscar did the curtain call after his second home run in a playoff game?
And they lost?
And then they lost the game. They lost the series. That
was, I went back. I was in the middle of, in the offseason, of doing a video that was like, ever since this moment, things have kind of gone badly for the team, and going back to kind of breaking down that moment, breaking down that game, everything that went. Whit Merrifield getting hit in the head and having to come out, and everything being rejigged for Tapia to play
comes into
left field, I think kind of is the TSN turning point. No free ads, but
it's one of the one of the beautiful things about baseball, but like one of the truly heartbreaking things too. Is like you can't run out the clock. You have to go get your 27 outs no matter what, and like when things start to spiral on you, and I'm sure like you've played in games and you've coached in games that are like this, when things start to spiral on you and everybody knows it, there's just no coming back. The amount of times you can actually like fight out of that is so much less than the ones where you just like succumb.
Yeah, you can't hide in that situation. It feels like it's just breaking.
We need to call timeout. We need to go to commercial break for a sec.
We need a long time. We need to
punt. Let's play the field position game.
Yeah, and then then that's when you're worried about where you're using your mound visits, and it's like, I don't know what I can say to these people that like, I need you to get someone out here and I need you to make a play, and it never goes well.
Yeah.
Someone go down to the bullpen who's going to get me an out, and I don't care who it is at this point.
Get ready now. Now.
Yeah.
We can't keep telling the catcher to keep going out there. So that's the rotation. That's where we're at, and it's okay.
Not that concerned.
Not like 2 out of 5.
2 out of 5. Like I think we're gonna be.
It's not gonna be the worst starting rotation in the American League playoffs.
Where I was just about to land on that too. Like, let's go through them. Where, like, who are they better than?
They're better than the Yankees for me, especially if like Will Warren is the 3.
Yeah, depends on, like, are they going to do the Schlittler thing for real? Like,
I actually haven't watched them. I'm like busy right now. It's really annoying. I haven't seen Schlittler, but like I guess
Yeah, I mean he's kind of put it together a little bit.
Might as well try.
Yeah.
Astros, I mean, Fromber and Brown are better.
Definitely better.
Mariners are better. Red Sox are hot right now.
Yeah. I'm kind of like
Tigers are thin.
Tigers are thin for sure.
Okay. So they're all right. It's okay.
Not that bad. It's the high end guys are not as good as everyone else's high end guy. Mate, like
Bieber could get there. Bieber can get there.
We need him to get there.
Yeah, it's very possible. All right, quick run through. We're gonna go guy by guy here through the bullpen with some kind of emphasis on guys where we need a little therapy for. Two games. So trust tree. Are you willing to put this guy in? Down to up to 7th inning or later kind of thing. Yes, no, maybe. And then I've got that's ball or real problem, and every guy kind of has different real problems, but the real problem is kind of for all of them the strike throwing. I've limited one person to making that the real problem for, but let's start at the back because I think these are the guys we're going to need to go through this with. Jeff Hoffman in the trust tree
has to be.
Yes, for me as well. There's an old, not to keep bringing up YJ's, there's an old YJ's tweet that's like, good relievers have a 0 ERA and bad relievers have a 3 ERA. And it's like, it does suck, and like, I think a lot of people knew they were going to lose that game the other day, the Twins game, just before it happens. You have that kind of foreboding sense. And then Keishel hits that double last night, and you kind of have that little, here we go again moment, but he hasn't been awful. He hasn't been awful at all. Process wise, there are a lot of hard fly balls. I will admit to that. I think the hard contact in the second half is a lot different than the hard contact in the first half. But in terms of trust tree, that's a firm yes for me.
Has to be. Yeah, it's just the fastball's getting slugged. It's when it's middle, it's middle and it's cake. It's like he gets to the corners all the time, but they're always a ball. It's always a ball off, like low and away. It's never a strike. And that's when he gets down. I forget who it might have been the 4-pitch walk in Miami where I think he 4-pitch walked the first guy he faced. And it was like 2 dots. It was 2 dots, glove side, low, that are just a ball off. They're balls, but they're great pitches, like pretty much in the spots you want to be. And then after that, he's like, okay, I can't be there because I'm throwing balls. And he puts them in the middle and they get torched there. His tell for me is when his splitter misses up and away, that's just not even a good pitch at all. That's when I get concerned. And then you see last night where that thing had bite to it last night. Like that's the best splitter I'd seen in a long, long time, I think, for him. So
I feel like he's got like release point issues. I'm not a real savant guy, but I wonder if like you could go in and isolate some of the bad outings and see if just like we're sort of scattering the arm a little more, and like that when that fastball's missing up and away or we're missing way in, I feel like we're having a lot more problems than like when this is obvious, right? But like then when we're on the black or like just off the black, and we might end up in a walk in the same spot, but process wise, I'm much more comfortable with the latter of those two. All right. So Anthony Dominguez. Sorry, go ahead.
I just think we're like, it was a full change from four-seamer to slider from last year. Like that usage swapped.
Yeah.
And like he's 50% whiff rate on his slider this year. I think
He's nasty. Like he is electric.
Yeah, so I think that's what we maybe need to get back to is slider heavy to some guys. I'd love to see splits on that, how that goes and how he attacks for that. But I mean, the numbers are still returned pretty good for Hop. I think he's getting as unlucky as you can kind of get as the closer's role, just giving up homers.
And I think we're dog days of August right now. You know, like the for us as fans, I think these games have created sort of like an extra level of importance. But for the players, I think they're still kind of in that grind mode to the point where like we're going to get into that back half of September and he's going to be a little more dialed in, a little more locked in, and kind of go out and air it out a little more. You know, he was worked a ton in the first half, worked an absolute ton. So I think right now he's kind of trying to go out there without his best stuff and just kind of fight through. I don't know if like I certainly have no wish to take him out of the closer role. I was really happy to see they put him back out there the day after. Okay, that's ball a real problem. Home run to fly ball rate.
It's his real problem. It's his
yeah.
I'm
gonna say that's ball.
Nice.
Yeah, I think we're micro focused right now on what is currently happening to him, and I think over a long enough spell, he's still going to give up a lot of home runs, but I don't think it'll be at the rate he's currently giving them up.
Yeah, and I think next year if it's cut in half, I wouldn't be shocked at all.
Yeah, and I think next year probably there's no more 2-inning outings.
I think they're going to try and save him a little bit. Yeah.
Like,
fuck. He
some of those May Orioles games that felt big, maybe weren't that big.
Red Sox. Yeah.
Yeah. So Anthony Dominguez, trust tree for me, yes.
So he's like he's my number one guy. I love him.
He's the most trusted.
Yeah. The walks are his thing.
Yeah. Scattering the fastball.
If his walk rate was not goddamn 15%, if it was 10%, he's the best reliever in baseball. I mean, he's
I love so watching him. That's a reliever to me too. Like that's a guy, you know. He needs he's like Edwin Diaz in the 8th inning to me. Like we need like a sick walkout. We need to do this whole thing, and then like have just like Hoffman kind of trudge out to like a 3 Days Grace song or whatever.
Hoffman's walkout, I told him to his face I didn't like it, and I still don't.
I don't either.
I need the Romano, the absolute hard style stuff. But Sir Anthony, I love watching him. And you talk about that's how relievers should be. You should either strike someone out or walk them. You should not be. You should not be. They should not be touching the ball. That's what I love.
Infield fly balls are like a pass. It's like a push.
Yeah, you beat them at that point, I would say. Yeah. So I'm fine with that. It's like something weak.
Fastball command, that's ball, a real problem. For me, that's ball. That's just like that's the trade-off for the nasty stuff.
That's ball. That's Sir Anthony. That's what you signed up for.
Yeah, we're playing his game. We're gonna have to play by his rules.
Yeah.
I'm gonna skip down actually because I have this in an order I don't like. Louis Varland. Trust tree.
Trust tree. He's in it.
He's in it for me too. I'm gonna plant my flag here. I think Louis Varland has multiple big relief appearances for the Blue Jays in the playoffs where he comes in and probably goes up, down, and is just nasty. Closes out an inning and pitches the next one for you. 4 outs, 5 outs. We're just like we're kind of mixing the pitches in a way I don't love right now. I don't love how we're attacking people, but he's kind of getting BABIP'd a bit. I just I'm still riding for Louis Varland.
He feels like a mindset guy where
I did tweet that he's not crazy enough.
He's not. He seems like a really nice guy.
Yeah.
And that's where I would like to see like the Twins thing where he's like obviously the biggest Minnesota Twins fan in the whole entire world and then coming back and pitching kind of shitty. I'm glad the Twins are gone. Like we're done with the Twins. Louis can finally put that away. I bet that's the most emotional series we were going to get from Louis Varland for the rest of it. So now
First
that
time he's
that's
ever
over,
been traded.
yeah, like now that that's over with, I think I'm ready to get back in for Louis Varland. And a thing that I dislike is you throw 100, you should throw your fastball all the time.
Hate that take.
Yeah, it's like there's some numbers you can look at to tell you that he probably shouldn't throw his fastball all the time.
And like I think you should be throwing it almost differently. Like he's kind of like a pitch backwards reliever to me, which is kind of crazy again when you talk about a guy who throws 100, right? But you know that knuckle curve is good. He's got the 4-pitch mix. He used to be a starter. Like if he's a guy who can kind of pitch backwards and kind of land the off speed stuff for strikes, I think we're really cooking with gas.
I see his knuckle curve sometimes, and this is probably wrong. It's just based on camera angle that we don't get bite down glove side. It gets like it cement mixes like a slider almost, or it like screws where it just kind of stays in the same spot.
Yeah.
And that's where we end up with Louis Varland. I'm cool with him though. I think I'm gonna be okay.
I'm in too. Okay. Brendan Little. Trust tree?
He's maybe.
Our first maybe.
Man, he's a guy that he has to be in the trust tree because he's the lefty. Yeah, like there's no other real option.
Can I offer a counter?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Fuck no.
Oh, you just cut out on me. Are we back, CB?
Did I lose you?
We're back.
Okay. Brendan Little is fuck no in my trust tree. That is the way to make a 1-run deficit turn into 4 very quick. You know, obviously I don't think he's the guy you're going to trust with the lead. He might be a guy you kind of trust to try to get like a pocket of lefties early if you need to. But for me, man, just like no command. We're not talking about like a little command or like some command.
Oh, we're back again.
It's tough for me to wrap my head around.
Yeah, I'm thinking of Brendan Little. Like we're gonna get to a playoff series, and they're going to have a much more in-depth scouting report, I think, on these guys than when you're just rolling through on 3. Like they'll still be pretty good, but I think it's going to be a lot more of a in-depth thing where we don't have to swing at shit from Brendan Little. We don't have to swing at anything. You got to throw 3 strikes before it's 4 balls, and there's not many at-bats where Brendan Little's doing that.
Hello.
I think we're back.
Avery, we're back. We made it. We survived. Brendan Little, that's ball a real problem. My Wi-Fi situation, real problem. But Brendan Little, that's ball a real problem.
Oh, real problem. Mega problem.
Yeah.
Biggest problem.
Big time strike throwing problem.
Yes. And never good.
Yeah. Okay. Tommy Nance. The trust tree?
He's in my trust tree. He's like, if we do this top down, he's like in between the 3rd and 2nd tier of guys that I like right now. He's spinning it. He's hammering that curveball, and we're having some fun. I like the way he's pitched, man. I really have.
Yeah, he can give you multiple innings too, which I think is which is something that they've been missing a little bit. There are a lot of benefits to what Tommy Nance has been doing, especially kind of down the stretch here for this team as they've needed more length in the bullpen, as they've needed more guys to step up in the bullpen. I'm gonna say maybe trust tree. You know, we haven't seen it for long enough. I've got here my that's ball a real problem. It's just like, are they going to get a little better on the sticky stuff checks? Because I feel like we're a little,
Yeah.
that curveball spins a lot. That's interesting. Oh, that's kind of crazy. Justin Brule.
Oh, he is not in mine. No,
Justin
Brule looks
for Brule.
I'm not. He gets away with murder. I think.
What about a home game?
Oh, he's in there. Yeah, he's first out for me. Yeah, I don't get it. He's like a 7 ERA guy everywhere he's been, and then like the Yankees outing, I can't believe like, he's not the lefty that makes the playoff. He's not there for the playoffs. Obviously, I would think. I think like Fluharty gives you way more. Like you trust him more than Brule. I would think.
I think so too. Yeah. Last guy on here. Maybe you wanted him in the starting pitcher section, but he is in here. Yariel Rodriguez.
He's not in my trust tree right now.
He's not in mine either.
He's throwing like we gotta maintain some velo at some point.
He's down 3 ticks. I heard that on the podcast. That's not good.
That's always good when you can be down 3 miles an hour from what you normally throw.
That's not good. There's one like 31st of his entire velo. Really bad. Really, really bad. Hate watching him and kind of have for a little bit. But now it's kind of coming back to haunt him.
When the ERA was super low, there was some underlying stuff that wasn't great, right? Like he wasn't
some scattered base runners.
Yeah. But again, if we get some velo back, he'd be a second tier guy for me still. Like it's not you're throwing Varland and you're throwing Varland and you're throwing Sir Anthony before Yariel every single time.
I wonder what the contract is like if he's optionable or not, because he could use like a 10-day reset, like just go down there, pitch once every 5 days, blow some AAA hitters away, and kind of go from there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, quick hitters. The three guys who have been kind of in and out of the pen are currently in Buffalo. Play a little game of miss you or see you later. Braden Fisher, miss you or see you later.
I miss him. Like
I miss him too.
I would like for him to be back. Kind of thought it was odd that he was the one to go when it was, but it made sense to keep Nance. You had to do that. Like you'd lose him on your roster if you were to do something else. So I understood it, and maybe it's a limit innings thing. I haven't checked where he stands in like appearances, but these are definitely the most pressure packed appearances he's ever had. So that could load up on your arm and be a little different thing. So that's why they tried to limit those maybe.
Yeah, I think they're trying to save some of these innings for later. I don't think he's like the 9th best or 8th best reliever as it stands currently in the bullpen whatsoever. And a good lefty option, a reverse split kind of guy.
Yep.
Another lefty option, Mason Fluharty. Miss you or see you later.
Can I land in the middle? I'm just like,
yeah, maybe.
Maybe I miss you and maybe I don't care sometimes, but
I might text you at 1 a.m.
Yeah. Hey man, remember that Dodgers outing? And it's like,
remember the good times we had?
There's been some stretches where he's been great. And then
they've needed him to be great too. I think.
Yeah, and then he gets Major League Baseballed some of the other times.
Yeah, he's not a stuff monster by any stretch of the imagination.
No.
Last guy, Paxton Schultz.
I don't miss him that much.
Nah, I think I'm gonna see you later.
Yeah.
It's
just like Fisher is so much better than Schultz that I can't feel the same way about the two in this game that we're playing. So I'll say see you later for Schultz.
Well, those are all our relievers. I don't think Trey. I don't think Ricky is gonna happen. I was really riding the 8th inning Ricky. We just kind of ran out of time. We needed some bullpen outings in August.
What is he doing? I haven't seen anything.
There are no like it's crazy. I am actually like I feel like a teen where I'm like checking Twitter for some updates at some point. He
Yep.
Keegan tweeted about him on like August 26th and was like he as far as I know he's still on the regular TJ recovery timeline, which doesn't feel entirely right, but I Keegan would know better than I am.
Yep.
So yeah,
Pitching, man. An hour on
pitching.
pitching.
It was beautiful. And if I can just, recap this a little bit. You've got 3 starters where your concern index is very low. You have Bieber, sort of, the caveat there of nerves, but
Yep.
Bieber, Gossman, and Lauer. Lauer's he may not be a starter, but he's a length guy. So that's 3 of 6. That's pretty good. And you've got at least 4 guys in the trust tree.
Yeah.
So if we can get 5 and 4, we may have a chance to be in business. The bats are great.
Love them.
No therapy needed.
Love when they take some pressure off the pitching.
It's kind of awesome that they seem to be way better at hitting from behind as well, because they are doing it a lot.
Yes, it's their prime for the postseason.
Yeah,
and we'll see how that goes.
Well, I do feel like, I don't want to jinx anything, but postseason lock are Toronto Blue Jays. So
feels that way.
Maybe I will be seeing you at the Rogers Center sometime soon.
Need that so bad.
We'll see. I can't thank you enough for coming on. I have no idea who could possibly hear this and not know who Avery is, but just in case, Avery, tell the people where they can find you.
At Avery Chenier on everything. And then you can
the Gay 14 podcast, the People's Podcast.
Yep. You'll see all those links. They'll be together. I'm out there. You'll be able to find me.
He's visible. He's doing his thing, man, and he does it well. The best third base coach in OUA history.
Retired this weekend, man. They're starting back up, and I'm not there.
Oh, that's too bad. Man.
Well, I'll take a World Series instead of second place national.
Hey, grind, don't sleep.
No.
Second place hurts. It hurts, man. It hurts.
You'll never forget it. You'll never forget.